coming up next. The latest on another deadly attack, this time at a church in Michigan.
Plus, how federal funding cuts are impacting this Center County nonprofit.
And the thrilling double overtime Penn State Whiteout that ended in heartbreak. Where does the team go from here? The Center County Report starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Patrick Gray.
And I'm Hannah George. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report. Our top story, the lawyer for the suspect in Charlie Kirk's murder wants more time to review evidence in the case. A Utah judge held a court hearing yesterday for 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. The suspect was not in court. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty against Robinson if he's convicted. Both prosecutors and the defense say the amount of evidence to go through is huge. A judge set the next hearing for late October.
Investigators are still looking for answers after a former Marine drove his truck into a church in Michigan in a deadly attack. Authorities say after the crash, Thomas Sanford set the church on fire and began shooting, killing 4 people and wounding 8 others on Sunday. Police killed him in a shootout. The FBI has sent 100 agents to the community as part of the investigation.
The federal government is on the verge of its first shutdown in 7 years, with the deadline set for midnight tonight. President Donald Trump and Republican lawmakers are locked in a budget standoff with Democrats over health care. Without a deal, thousands of federal workers stand to be furloughed or laid off. The president met with congressional leaders yesterday, but both sides are not budging.
I think we're headed to a shutdown because the Democrats won't do the right thing. I hope they change their mind, but we're going to see.
The main thing I'm worried about is a president who would agree to a deal and then immediately start firing people and rescinding funds and tearing everything up, because that's what he's done.
If there's a shutdown, essential services will keep running, including the military, air traffic controllers, and TSA. But there will be effects in other areas of the government.
One local spot that's been hit hard with funding cuts has been forced to make some changes. Reporter Ryan Patterson has the details.
The Culture and Arts Hub in downtown State College, known as 3 Dots, has been forced to make some tough decisions recently. After cutbacks in federal funding, the nonprofit has eliminated positions, including Executive Director Erica Quinn and Assistant Director Elena Quinones.
It's a very difficult decision that they had to make, but it's one that I feel grateful for, that vision and that ability to carry the mission forward. I'm filled with a lot of gratitude to work with the people who are part of that organization. They're really amazing.
Those cuts, coupled with a pause in funding from state grants, and 3 Dots was left with little choice but to restructure.
Sources of funding that we were counting on for our budget are both basically in limbo right now. So our budget has been cut in half.
Don't worry though, just because some changes were made doesn't mean 3 Dots is going anywhere just yet. Despite funding troubles, they wanted to send a message to their community.
We are here. Our space is open. We're going to continue serving our audiences. We're going to continue providing a space for artists and groups to meet and get together and foster community.
In State College, I'm Ryan Patterson for the Center County Report.
3 Dots will hold a community jam on their front patio on Saturday as part of the Downtown Fall Festival.
The former Gregg Township secretary, who pleaded guilty to stealing more than $500,000, is now facing new charges. Authorities in Union County say 56-year-old Pamela Hackenberg stole over $50,000 from an American Legion post in Mifflinburg, where she volunteered as treasurer. She has a court hearing set for next month.
And residents in State College are being warned about door-to-door scammers. Property managers say people have been going around neighborhoods and apartments falsely claiming to represent an electric company. One resident reports a van pulled up with about 10 people, each knocking rapidly on doors and announcing electric, followed by the unit number. Property managers are urging tenants to stay alert, not open up about account details, and avoid sharing any personal information.
Pennsylvania officials are also sending out a warning to parents and kids after 2 recent social media challenges ended with a death and a serious injury. Noah Flennard reports.
Young, dumb, physically able.
Danny Vitale is a content creator with a growing social media following. The Penn State senior says the online social scene is fun, but also an increasingly difficult space for mental health and other reasons.
For me, I find a lot of confidence in being able to share my story because it means that I'm helping other people out. and the good far outweighs the bad, even though it really gets hard sometimes.
One growing trend has been social media challenges. They can be fun, entertaining, and even raise money for good causes, but they can also be dangerous and deadly. Students at Penn State see them a lot.
The cinnamon challenge, Tide Pod challenge, the whole Pokemon Go thing.
Officials have issued a warning after 2 recent incidents left a teen dead and a young woman hurt in the Lehigh Valley. A 17-year-old died in a parking lot after riding a folding table tied to a moving vehicle. In the other case, a 20-year-old was surfing on a car trunk when she fell off. We put an informal poll on our Center County Report social media. It showed that almost 93% of those responding have participated in a social media trend, with 14% saying they've tried a dangerous challenge.
I'm here at the Carnegie Building, here at Penn State University, the home of the School of Communications. And social media is a key factor in many student studies here. While clubs and organizations like ourselves are active on social media, these dangerous trends tend to start at the individual level.
Our surveys showed just under 30% of people personally know someone who's been physically hurt from a social challenge.
Trends definitely have their time and place. If you're not looking to do too much past that, then trends are amazing.
Police and prosecutors want to get the word out to parents and teens about the dangers of TikTok challenges. In State College, I'm Noah Flennard for the Center County Report.
In both of those recent incidents, the teenage drivers involved face criminal charges in the cases.
As the number of people hunting and fishing in Pennsylvania drops, the state is trying to spark more interest in those outdoor activities. I stopped by one event over the weekend aimed at boosting hunting and fishing.
Stretch it farther and farther, I'm like, okay, it's gonna snap.
More than 100 people turned out on a nice fall day at Bald Eagle State Park to celebrate National Hunting and Fishing Day. Park rangers, the Game Commission, and others joined in to help people learn more about the outdoors and conservation.
Fish Day is all about getting the community, so whether it's families or maybe it's friends, just getting together to get out here, have a great time, learn a little bit about some hunting, some fishing, as well as safety and all that Pennsylvania has to offer.
The goal of events like this is to help revive a Pennsylvania tradition that's been struggling. In the 1980s, our state had more than 1 million hunters, according to the Game Commission. But those numbers are rapidly dropping. Research shows the number of hunters will decline 17% by 2030 and 37% by 2040 to just over 500,000 people. That has serious effects on managing the state's deer population.
It's important to get the youth involved in hunting and fishing because that directly relates to conservation.
Jake Smith said it's the money made from these pastimes that helps protect nature in Pennsylvania.
The money that people are paying for their fishing license and hunting license goes directly back into the agency that helps to promote conservation.
This weekend event, though, was focused on fun.
One way to do it.
We will have archery station, we have a fishing station, building bluebird boxes at one station, and working on building fish habitat at another station.
Bald Eagle State Park and the Fish and Boat Commission hold events like this on a regular basis, where people of all ages can come and learn the importance of natural preservation. Officials say factors in the state's hunting and fishing decline include an aging population and other hobbies and activities that younger people are doing.
Still to come on the Center County Report, our warm fall weather continues, but for how long? We check the 7-day forecast.
And flu season is coming, where you can get a free vaccine.
Also coming up, what it takes to bring ESPN's College Game Day production to Penn State.
Amazon is set to pay $2.5 billion to settle allegations made by the FTC. The company is accused of tricking customers into signing up for a Prime subscription and making it difficult to cancel. While $1 billion will go to civil penalties, the other $1.5 billion will go to customers as refunds. Reimbursements will begin within 90 days of the settlement order.
A new self-storage facility has opened in the State College area. Brickworks Self-Storage in Ferguson Township has more than 500 climate-controlled units as well as drive-up units with access to electricity. It's the first of several new facilities in the area, with at least 4 others planned.
It's almost flu season, and health experts are recommending people get vaccinated as we head toward the colder months. Here's a look at the current U.S. flu map. It shows Pennsylvania in the minimal category, but that could change soon. Penn State students' flu vaccine clinics begin this Thursday and continue through early December. Free clinics will be held at Alumni Hall in the Hub. Appointments are required.
Thousands turned out at Penn State's Old Main over the weekend for ESPN's College Game Day. The popular live show was back in town for the Whiteout game. Reporter Jake McGlinchey gives some insight on what it takes to put on the show.
Cheers, kicks, and campouts came to Happy Valley over the weekend. ESPN's College Game Day was in town. Behind all the excitement, days of work go into making game day happen. The location of the event is usually chosen on Sunday, less than a week before the show.
So it's a pretty big undertaking. This show has grown tremendously over the last couple years. At this point, I believe there's 11 semi-trucks and 2 tour buses that travel across the country.
The fleet of trucks rolled onto campus Tuesday night. The trailers carry the entire set, along with equipment from cameras and screens to a mobile control room. Engineers prep the equipment for the technical crew to run the show. Cables are run to the stage in front of Old Main.
It's Friday afternoon, and you can see behind me that the stage is in its final phases of construction. This year marks the 12th time that College Game Day has rolled into Happy Valley, but this is the first time that the show has been in front of Old Main since 2021. The production changes each year based on audience and network needs, but also will change to meet the needs of the university.
The relationship between Game Day and a host university is a partnership to bring its school spirit to life on national TV. The show is coordinated by operations producers like Justin McIntosh, who plan out every step of the undertaking.
So we've got a really large contingent of people in a bunch of different groups, and no area is unimportant.
After the 3-hour show, the crew immediately starts breaking down the set. By Sunday night, the Old Main lawn was clear, and Game Day was off to its next city. In University Park, I'm Jake McGlinchey for the Center County Report.
ESPN is now rolling into Tuscaloosa, Alabama for this Saturday's Game Day show. Now, here is Filippo with weather.
And the weather certainly didn't disappoint this past Saturday. A dry day, no measurable precipitation, and a beautiful sunset during the game too, if you noticed. Right now at Beaver Stadium, some high-level clouds right now, and that's the theme across central Pennsylvania. At the golf courses, we're also seeing that higher-level cloud cover if you're getting out for that Tuesday tee time, and as well as the Penn State Arboretum, seeing those high-level clouds streaming through. Right now here in State College, 72 degrees above our averages for this time of the year. Feeling like 72 with a dew point of 52. That may be a little humid if you're stepping outside today. A northeasterly wind at about 9 miles per hour. Our drought monitor came back out this past Thursday, increasing the amount of moderate drought across central Pennsylvania, especially in areas north of I-80. And right now on our radar and satellite, we have high-level clouds right now, but they're going to be slowly streaming out from northwest to southeast. And we can see that on our futurecast here, those high-level clouds starting to dissipate to the south and east throughout the rest of the day today and into the day tomorrow. And I think our Wednesday is going to be absolutely pristine, not a cloud in the sky as high pressure takes control. Another round of clouds is expected throughout the latter half of this work week. This is Thursday. Right around dinner time, we see those clouds starting to stream in. No precipitation with these clouds, just a little bit of sun blocking there. And as we head into our weekend, high pressure takes control yet again, another pristine weekend. Even though there is no home Penn State football game, we're going to be seeing sunny skies. So what's our averages for this time of the year? 66 our average high, 49 our average low, and we're going to be well above that for today. A high of 76 in partly cloudy conditions with that northeasterly wind staying true at around 4 to 6 miles per hour. For tonight, a low of 48, right around our average for this time of the year, mostly clear skies, and winds will be remaining calm. And for tomorrow, 68, closer to average, and pristine sunny skies, a northeasterly wind at 3 to 7 miles per hour. Now the big news is, what is that weekend having in store? And it's going to be warm, continuing this trend of above average temperatures, and most importantly, we're not going to be seeing any precipitation for another weekend, guys. But those warm conditions, it's getting time to be sweater weather. It's already October starting tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's really nice. It's been nice to, have a warm, normal walk to class and not be too cold out there, but I am definitely ready for fall.
It has been nice, but I need a little bit more fall, a little less sun. I'm a little sick of the sunburns at this moment. They've been getting me all summer and now into September.
For sure, for sure.
Yes, I agree with that. Now let's head over to Mariah with sports.
Coming up next in sports, we check in on high school football and one of the weekend's big games. And the Nittany Lions look to rebound after a heartbreaking overtime loss in the Whiteout game. I'm Riley Zondo with sports. After an agonizing night of football frustration, the Nittany Lions are looking ahead to this week's game at UCLA. Penn State is coming off a double overtime loss to Oregon in the Whiteout game, where a furious comeback again fell short. All eyes were on Happy Valley as ESPN's College Game Day returned for the Whiteout game. Fans camped out overnight and packed Old Main Lawn before sunrise, waving signs and bringing energy to a national audience.
The energy's unreal, and I can't wait. I just hope everybody has the same energy for game day and then goes takes a nap and can do the night game.
This weekend, Penn State's Whiteout game lived up to the hype. A packed crowd at Beaver Stadium, ESPN College Game Day on Old Main Lawn, and Oregon's first time back since 1964. More than 111,000 fans dressed in white packed the place and brought the noise. But Oregon handled the pressure. After the Ducks built a 17-3 lead, Drew Aller led Penn State back, tying the game to force overtime. But in double overtime, Dylan Thiemann intercepted Aller on the first play of Penn State's drive, sealing Oregon's win 30-24. Coach James Franklin's record dropped to 4-21 against top 10 teams, and the team again has to regroup after a devastating loss.
And we got to learn from this. We got to have a great week next week. We got to tune out all the noise, and we got to get better from this and get on a roll for the rest of the season. So,
Penn State dropped 4 spots in the AP poll. The team heads to California this week to face winless UCLA on Saturday. And that game Saturday kicks off at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can listen live on Penn State Com Radio with our broadcast team at the Rose Bowl. Now to high school football. One of the tightest games had Phillipsburg Osceola beating Bellwood Antis 31-28 over the weekend, thanks to the PO defense recovering 3 fumbles and 4 total takeaways. After the whistle, Alec Brown has more.
A football masterpiece was put on by Phillipsburg Osceola early on. Their staggering defense translated into grinded-out offensive possessions. The trenches were a main focal point. The man who benefited from the offensive line was Colton Chapman.
And I got to give it to my line. They brought line and my lead backs blocked very well tonight, so give credit for them for the 2 touchdowns.
But it wasn't just the line play on the offensive side. The Mountaineers across the game accumulated 4 forced fumbles. One was recovered by none other than Chapman.
I knew we had to step up, and when I saw a ball, I had to get it because I knew that was big for us. Big opportunity to capitalize. So
Phillipsburg Osceola was doing great on offense and defense in the first half, but it'd be their mentality and grit that were put to the test in the second. PO lost focus in the fourth, leaving the door open for a potential comeback. But Coach Jeff Roman was not disappointed in the finish.
Games like this are what it's all about, really. They're a good football team. And I thought our kids played a heck of a game in all facets, and I'm excited for them.
Coach Roman kept the same mentality whether his team was up 17 or 3. A Mounties interception sealed their victory.
We're to win. You can't sit here and play not to lose. You got to play to win. And I think the kids are finally getting that mindset. And if we can do that, we're going to be successful.
You can see highlights and post-game reaction from the top local high school games this Friday on our sports show After the Whistle. That's live at 11:30 p.m. on our YouTube channel, Penn State Student Media. Tomorrow is October, and that means hockey season is here. The Penn State men's team is heading west this week for opening night at Arizona State. After last year's run to the Frozen Four, the Nittany Lions are stacked with talent, including Gavin McKenna, a top NHL prospect. The team held its media day yesterday at Pagula Ice Arena, and Coach Guy Godowski talked about this season's expectations.
And I think it's been starting from scratch here. Hasn't been that long, a little over a decade. I think these are the days that we were looking forward to. Like I can tell you, back when there was 0 expectations and the only expectation was that you were going to get killed, this is a lot better.
Puck drop at Arizona State for the first time in the 2-game series is Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Penn State men's soccer hopes to get back in the win column tonight at home. The Nittany Lions will take on Robert Morris at Jeffrey Field. The Lions' record so far is just 2-4-2, and they're on a 3-game winless streak. As for the women's team, they play Saturday at Rutgers. They beat Northwestern over the weekend. And Penn State women's volleyball has a monster match this week. They play number 1 Nebraska on Friday at Rec Hall. The team is trying to rebound after a 3-1 loss against UCLA over the weekend. That's all for sports. Now back to you guys. I mean, coming off of a big loss for Penn State football, do we really think they're going to win this weekend?
It was a devastating loss this weekend, especially because we showed so much heart in the fourth quarter, but we need to bounce back, and I think we can win the game.
Yeah, I think Coach Franklin's been saying that. You know, we just kind of got to forget about it, as tough as it is, and go out there and get a win.
Especially when we have Ohio State on the schedule for November 1st.
Yeah, it'll be a tough one.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, thanks, Mariah. Coming up next, a new fun spot in State College is giving families something fresh to explore. Families now have a new indoor playroom for their kids in State College. Little Lions Play Den has opened on Rolling Ridge Drive in State College. The space caters not just to kids, but parents too. Parent seating is available along with a cafe. Owner Juliana Rutherford created the Play Cafe with her children and friends in mind.
I want people to feel like they're coming to my house for a play date. I want moms to feel like we're coming, we're hanging out, we're chit-chatting, sipping some coffee, having a couple snacks. I want kids to feel like they're coming here and having a play date or just playing in my home and just comfort and relaxation. That's really what I'm looking for. It's just
There's pricing for drop-ins and memberships too.
That's all for today's newscast. We hope you'll join us Friday for our next local news update.
But you can follow us anytime for breaking news on our Center County Report X, and you can see our stories on our Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a good weekend.